And welcome everyone to round 10 of PAFR Division 2. We are today here at Russia for the Russian Grand Prix round 10 of the season. And well, it's been a long time since the last time I've been commentating on PAFR. It's been 3 weeks if I'm not wrong since the Hungarian Grand Prix. Then we had the break week, then the Belgian Grand Prix last weekend that I couldn't attend. And finally today, after 3 weeks of waiting, I'm finally back with you to commentate back, starting with this Russian Grand Prix, which has a totally different format for qualifying, which I'll quickly explain. So there's not gonna be any short qualifying today. It's gonna be a 5-lap sprint race. The grid for the sprint race is the championship standings reversed, so the last man on the standings will start first. The man leading the championship, which is PFR Luke, will start last, except reserve drivers that will be starting at the back just behind PFR Luke. So easy explanation. Then the result of this race will set the grid for the main 50% race. As always, it's free tire choice for the 50% race. And yeah, I think I don't have anything else to explain. We are gonna quickly review the grid. It's literally Siggins who starts in first place, then we have Famrod in second, Lee Wayne King in third, Indie Gamer in fourth, Juventino in P5, Paulo Frost on P6, Ben on P7, Kelly on P8, Vintage Grease on P9, Eat My Dust on P10, Eckhart on P11, Happy Kilmore on P12, Womax on P13, Ouch on P14, Arin on P15, Rishi on P16, and the championship leader PFR Luke starts on P17. And then we have the two reserve drivers of Sears Layer and Hopi starting on P18 and on P19. 19 drivers on the grid for today's race. We are waiting for people to load up their setups. There's not really a strategy here, it's just a 5-lap race. So yeah, just waiting for people to load their setups and we can get going with this sprint. And there is a timer. We are gonna get ready to start this sprint race in less than 20 seconds. And it's lights out and away we go for the sprint race. Literally Siggins does get a good start. Famro tries to go a bit side by side with him into the main straight, but still not enough close to try a move. Remember that pole position is not the best place to start here in Russia, but literally Siggins has managed to hold into the lead of the race. Paulo Frost has made up 2 places there from 6th to 4th place. Literally Siggins leads, then comes Famro, then comes Lee Wayne King. Literally Siggins almost pulling away a second gap. I'm gonna check on the championship leader. PFR Luke's already made it up into P10. What a start there by PFR Luke, now making it up into P9. He could even win this race. It's just a 5-lap race, but look at that. PFR Luke already up into P9. Literally Siggins leads by 1.3 seconds ahead of Famrod. Seems like this race might be already decided in his favor. We don't know. PFR Luke's coming really fast through the field, charging. So we're gonna try and get past Indie Gamer into the end of the second DRS straight. Oh, and there's an accident there at the front. Vintage Grease tries to counter-attack. Oh, and Indie Gamer's in the wall. Indie Gamer in the wall and up the road. Armin going side by side with Vintage Grease into the final sector. He's gonna try and send a dive down the inside. He's trying to go all the way by the outside though. Doesn't work. Literally Siggins now set the fastest lap of the race. Still, Famrod has shortened up the gap into once again the DRS range. He's gonna be in DRS for the next lap if he manages to hold into that gap. Have Lee Wayne King in third place of the race, 1.4 seconds behind Famrod. Then we have Juventino just 2 tenths behind, trying to get past the Alpine driver, but not yet a realistic gap to go for. We're gonna have to wait for the DRS. Only Luke that's been managed to make some moves without any of the DRS. Have then Rishi as well, made up 6 places, not too much as Luke has done. Happy Gilmore's made up 3 places. Aaron only been able to make up 2 places. And well, Hopi, a reserve driver from last, has made up 5 places into P14. Here comes Luke going past Paul Frost. Oh, and there's contact between Paulo Frost and Luke. I'm not sure if Luke didn't leave the room there, if it was a racing incident. Might be an investigation after the race, but yeah, both went side by side and didn't end well through the corner. But what a fight back by PFR Luke in only less than 2 laps of racing. Started on P17, it's already made up 11 places into P6. He can't even make one more place into next corner. No, he's gonna back off. He's not gonna take it too much in a hurry. Farmer now sets the fastest lap of the race. He's gonna try and go for Literary Siggins into the next DRS straight. 3 more laps to go in this sprint race. Elge now sets the fastest lap of the race, but Elge is down in P14. On board now with PFR Luke once again, trying to get past Juventino. He's gonna send a dive down the inside here. No, he's gonna back off. He has no ERS, also have to say. Juventino has a bit more of ERS. To try and defend from PFR Luke. Well, he also gonna have the DRS train try to defend, but of course Luke should have the better pace. Yellow flag, that is Indie Gamer, who's off. Can see it in the minimap. And here's gonna come the attack for the lead of the race. It's gonna be Famrod trying to attack Literally Siggins into the second DRS straight. The end of sector 2. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. Famrod takes the lead of the race. Yes, he does. Into the corner. Takes P1, but goes a bit deep there into the corner. Literally Siggins trying to fight back. He doesn't break the DRS. Gonna be there once again in attack zone. And here comes PFR Luke making up 2 places. Already got past Juventino. And Lee Wayne Kim's fall down into P15. He's had an accident there. PFR Luke now gonna look for Ben. PFR Luke can still win this race. 2 more laps to go. Famrod and Literary Siggins have to survive the attack of PFR Luke. Can they manage to do it though? Yellow flag on sector 3. That is, I think, the Alpine of Lee Wayne King. Here comes Luke into the main straight, into the first corner. Takes third of the race. Now 2 seconds behind Famrod and Literary Siggins. This could still be a PFR Luke win. Rishi picks a 2-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Not good at all for him with how close the grid is. He's gonna drop some places, around 2 or 3, possibly. He's trying to get past Juventino, but Juventino of course has the DRS of Ben to defend from the attack. Here comes Luke, 1.6 seconds behind Literary Siggins and Famrod. And what a drive, I have to say, by PFR Luke. Started P17 in only 4 laps of racing, less than 4 laps of racing. He's already made it up into 3rd place. And he's looking now for the leaders who are fighting now each other. Literary Siggins takes the lead now once again. But here comes Famrod. He's gonna try and counter-attack into the final lap. There's similar pace between these two. Though Famrod has much more ERS than Literary Siggins, and there comes Luke already at the back of the 2 race leaders, but with much less ERS than what Famrod has. Famrod's been saving a lot of his ERS. So now I think Famrod should be smart and not try to go for the move yet, maybe, and wait for the second DRS straight, but no, he wants to go for it now. He has, of course, more ERS to deploy later if he wants to pull away from Literary Siggins, so let's see if this works for him or not. Final lap of the sprint race. Famrod leads, then comes Literary Seagans, then comes PAFR Luke, who's trying to take pole position at every cost. He's done a really good moves through all this race, still could win this one. It's gonna be hard though to get past two drivers in only one more DRS straight, but nothing is impossible for PAFR Luke today. Luke goes wide there, and here we go, the decisive moment of this race. Final DRS straight. Famrod needs to deploy all of his ERS, and was I right or wrong in that he should have waited for this straight to try and get past? No, I was wrong. He had enough ERS to survive an attack from Literary Seagans. Here comes PAFR Luke, still trying to go for a gap. Can he find one in the next couple of corners? Famrod, I think, goes a bit slow there into this section. Here could be a dive for PAFR Luke. Is he gonna send it down the inside? Yes, he will. What a dive bomb there by Luke. But Literary Seagans tried to hold it all the way by the outside. Not sure if that was an illegal overtake or not. No, it wasn't. Literary Seagans hold, according to the game, yeah, he's done a legal defense of his place, according to the game at least. So it's Famrod to some pole position today, Literary Seagans in second place, and PAFR Luke. If I could give driver of the day to someone for this, well, it would be PAFR Luke if I had to give driver of the day for someone in a sprint. So yeah, great driving there by Luke, making up 14 places. So not even starting at the back could stop this championship leader to get a decent place for himself for the main race. So that's your result for qualifying, I'm gonna call it that way, or also sprint qualifying. Famrod takes P1, Literary Seagans will be starting on second place, PAFR Luke in third, Juventino in fourth, Vintage Chris will start on P5, Ben on P6, Kelly on P7, Rishi on P8, Arin on P9, Hopi on P10, Ouch P11, Slayer on P12, Eat My Dust P13, Paulo Frost P14, Echo on P15, Kilgore on P16, Lee Wen Kin 17 in the Gamer 18, and Womax will be starting last this race. So we're gonna be waiting in the lobby for some time till the grid is set ready to start the 50% race. Some reason we only got 18 drivers according to this. Oh, Indie Gamer is back in the lobby, so there you go, 19 drivers. "27 laps of racing in Russia." I'm gonna talk quickly about the strategy, maybe to not have the viewers bored. So strategy on this track, easy one, soft medium, medium soft, nothing else than that. Hards, totally useless on this track. You can even try and pit in lap 1 if there's a safety car and you've started a race on softs. You could try and pit for mediums and make it to the end of the race, and that will work. Mediums can make it in this track through all the race. Degradation in Russia is really low, and the pit lane is really long, around 25 seconds, so it could be a well good strategy trying to pit in lap 1 or in the first lap of the race for mediums to the end of the race, in case there is an early safety car, of course. So I don't have to say more about the strategy, it's quite clear. Talking about the start of the race, well, we've seen in the past the man on P3 or the man on P2 taking the lead of the race. We remember the last year's Russian Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz started in second place, taking the lead. Lando Norris did got a better start than Sainz, if I'm not wrong, but Sainz got the better run into turn 1 and took the lead of the race. So what can Luke do starting in third place? I think he possibly might take the lead of the race away from Famrod and literally Siggins. Of course, Luke is gonna have the slipstream of Famrod and both Famrod and literally Siggins, but also, well, Famrod still has the place advantage. Start still in any way on P1. Literally Siggins could also take the lead of the race. I think both got a decent start, especially Siggins started first, got a good start, or a decent one at least in the sprint race. So it's definitely gonna be an interesting one to watch. You know, nothing is said yet. You could think that Luke's gonna take an easy win today, but you never know. Never know. It's a sprint, the race can have safety cars and have craziness, so in terms of pace I think Luke should win the race, but you never know what can happen about changing factors mid-race, so we'll have to find out. So we should be starting in 2 minutes time, or maybe less, because we are waiting for the Alpine of Lewenkin, maybe having some connection issues or something, but he's back into the lobby. Have the 19 people, the grid should already be set or almost ready. So yeah, we should be starting soon. Weather is set to dynamic weathers as always, so maybe you got some rain to increase the craziness on this race. So ready up guys, we are gonna start the Russian Grand Prix. Well, and to start this, I have to say the weather looks a bit dark, so not discarding any chances of rain. Gonna quickly go into the race director to see what strategies are people planning to go on. Have Famrods going for the mediums, it's Vintage Gris on the mediums as well. Everyone else still on the softs, maybe still loading their setups. It's also Rishi who's gonna go on the medium set of tires. And there it is, we are gonna get going with this race. So I think the strategies for most people are already decided. We will find out when the timer gets to the end. At the moment, looks like Famrod's gonna be on the mediums, Vintage Grease will be on the mediums, Rishi will be on the mediums. I think Juventino's just changed now to the medium tires. Ouch as well, Eat My Dust, and well, some of the people in the back as well are gonna try to go for the medium tires. But here we go to the formation lap. Finally to start the Russian Grand Prix. We are now gonna check the real strategies. So this it is. It's Fammer on the mediums, Literary Sigils on the soft, Luke on the soft, Juventino on the mediums, Vintage Grease on the mediums, Ben on the softs, Kelly on the mediums, Rishi on the mediums, Arin on the softs, Hopi on the softs, Euch on the mediums, Slayer on the softs, Eat My Dust on the mediums, Paulo Frost on the softs, Eckott, Kilmore and Lee Wen Kin on the mediums, and Indie Gamer and Womax will start on the soft tires. So there you can see that Literary Siggins and Luke are gonna have an advantage on Famrod, of course, into turn 1. But Famrod, if he gets a good start, might manage to hold into his place. Then he will possibly not be able to hold into his place into the next laps. At least he can try and do it for 2 laps. Maybe I find it really hard anyway, but by lap 3 he should be already got overtaken by Literary Siggins and Luke. And we are now following the man that starts in pole position, Famrod, coming into the line to take his spot to start first this Russian Grand Prix. Literary Siggins will take the 2nd spot on the grid. Then we have PFR looking 3rd, Juventino in 4th. We're gonna have this slipstream of the drivers ahead, so who's gonna get the better start? Literary Siggins and Luke will have the tire advantage. Famrod still has the place advantage. Juventino will get a bit of a slipstream there, so it's gonna be a really exciting start of the race, and we are coming now to the end of the formation lap to finally get started with this Russian Grand Prix. Drivers already took their spots in the grid, just waiting for the lights to come out. There come the lights, 3 lights, 2 lights, 1 light, and it's lights out and away we go. And Cali's got a drive-through penalty for a jump start. Lucas got a massive start. They're already getting past Famrod into the start of the race. It's down the inside. He could try and send the dive down the inside of Famrod. And yeah, he almost gets past him, and yes, he does get past him. Juventino, I think, has got wing damage there. Literary Siggins has dropped down into P4 of the race. Luke, just in lap 1, takes the lead of the race. Then comes Famrod, then comes Juventino, who I think has wing damage. I saw a red wing flying there. So might be from Juventino or Literary Siggins, both with red cars. Might be minor damage as well, because I don't see them losing too much time. We will find out now in this corner part of the track. PFR Luke pulling away from Famrod, 7 tenths ahead, 8 tenths ahead now. Should be an easy pull away for PFR Luke, who is on the soft compound of tire. Here comes Famrod on the slipstream of PFR Luke, but he's a bit too far behind. Oh, and Rich is out of the race already. Rich is out of the race, and that's a Bertel safety car. It's only gonna be a Bertel safety car, looks like. Well, that was once again a really good start by PFR Luke. Of course, he had the tire advantage this time. But anyway, got 2 cars on the start of the race, one of them on the same compound of tire as him. Then I saw, or I think I saw someone break his wing. Or I don't know what was that, but I saw some front wing flying, but I don't know. Seems everything is fine. Luke leads 9 tenths ahead of Famrod, who's still surprisingly not losing the DRS range. Now he does. He's 1 second behind PFR Luke, but now, yeah, he starts dropping now, 1.1. And Juventino is already at his back, so I don't think this guy has wing damage. Luke leads 1.2 seconds ahead of Famrod. Now Rishi, with Rishi out, one of the other fastest guys on this division, is out of the race. Luke has, well, less rivals to worry about. Pulling now away 1.3 seconds ahead of Famrod. Still, Famrod's not losing that much time against Luke, I have to say. And Luke has now the tire advantage, so if he doesn't build a bigger gap, Famrod might start closing up later on the better medium tires, but again, degradation is not high on this track at all. So there you see Luke pulling away already 1.7 seconds ahead of Famrod, especially in the corner sections of the track. It's gonna be the part where Luke is gonna get the better advantage from the medium runners. Here comes Juventino on the slipstream on the DRS range of Famrod, and she's gonna start an attack in the next laps. It's already got the DRS. Literally Siggins has lost the DRS with these two. And here comes Ben getting past on this soft set of tires. Made it up into P4 of the race. Going now with Arin, who is on the soft set of tires, trying to get past Vintage Grease on the medium set of tires. Going on board with Arin, demanding the 7th place of the race. Trying to get a good traction out of the next corners. He's gonna need a good run to get past Vintage Grease, as he also has the DRS from Literary Siggins to defend. Literary Siggins has quickly dropped already into P5 of the race. Yeah, and Arin is gonna get the better run on Vintage Grease there, down the inside, I was gonna say it. He's gonna get past Vintage Grease into the end of the second DRS straight, but Vintage Grease trying to hold him all the way by the outside. And he's managed to do it. No, not yet. Arin's gonna try and get the better traction all the way by the outside. They're gonna go side by side into the next corner, but finally Arin stays ahead and takes P6 of the race on the faster component of tire. Look at the gap Luke's already got on Famrod's, 4.3 seconds ahead. Famrod and Juventino have been fighting hard. And here also comes Ben, who is on a really good charge now through the field. He's gonna try and get past these two. Following Literary Siggins, who is trying to stick into Ben's DRS, and finally I think it won't be possible. He's lost it. And Ben is now at the DRS of Famrod, but Famrod does have his DRS also to defend from Ben's attack. Here comes Arin on the second DRS straight. He's gonna make another move by the inside, this time on Literary Siggins. And is he gonna get it done this time? Yes, this time it's easier than it was with Vintage Grease. Of course, Literary Siggins didn't have DRS to defend as Vintage Grease did have when Arin tried to overtake him. But well, Vintage Grease on this lower component of tires. Arin now gets past into P5 of the race. Now we'll need to try and get close into Ben, who is struggling now to get past both Famrod and Juventino. Meanwhile, Luke's gap still keeps being a 4.3. Hasn't been able to open a bigger gap in the last lap. And I also have to say he has no ERS almost, only 22% of ERS, so he's been pushing hard on this lap. Juventino here battling against Famrod, both of them. Juventino also doesn't have good ERS management. Famrod does have good ERS management. He has 50% ERS. There's an accident there by Kelly, who is really far behind on this race. He's lost the car, it's no wing. It's gonna be lapped now by Luke. Next time he has to stop now, and he's gonna be lapped, definitely, I think. Of course, he'll be able to unlap himself. Oh no, he misses the braking point really badly there and goes into the wall, and that's possibly gonna be a safety car. Or is it not gonna be a safety car? Well, for some reason, look, it's not gonna be a safety car at all, but there you go, you're gonna see Kelly's crashed car in the middle of the track, and there's not even a virtual safety car for it. But well, that's the game you have. That's Codemasters and EA's game you got to play. But anyway, we get going in lap 6 of the race. Luke leads, Juventino in second place, but I have to say it's good that there wasn't a safety car deployed for that, because it was a really bad mistake by Kelly there, so it would have changed the race completely unnecessary by a really bad mistake Kelly made, missing totally the brakes there. So yeah, thankfully in that way the safety car didn't come out. In the other way, there, well, you can blame the game for that, for no currents there. So Arin's lost 2 seconds to Ben. It's not looked to be close enough. Of course, Ben has Juventino and Famrod's DRS to stick into. Luke once again is not able to pull away, still holding that 4.5 second gap, not getting any farther than that. Womack there has done a really good fight back on this race, I have to say. He's made up 9 places now with this one. He's made it up now on Paulo Frost, going side by side, almost forcing him off the road, but still Womack's managed to take the place from the Haas driver, and now Echo is going to make the move as well. Echo trying to get past Paulo Frost, but Paulo Frost will stay ahead in this case. Ben once again on the DRS of Famrod and Juventino, even on the faster compound of tire, hasn't managed to get past the two of these guys. Idmai does at the back of Arin on the medium set of tires. You have to pay attention of when the mediums will start working better than the softs. Might be around lap 10 or something like that. Luke leads, then comes Juventino 4.8 seconds behind. Famrod in third place of the race with medium tires as well. You have then Ben and Arin on the soft set of tires. Kelly has left the session, he already retired of course. There goes PFR Luke, almost opening a 5-second gap, but no, it's gone back into 4.7. Juventino is showing really good pace on those medium set of tires. He's in a really good position to win this race, to challenge Luke for the win. Luke is not going too fast at all, I have to say. And It got past Harin into turn 1. There you go. The McLaren driver takes P5 of the race. Now might start pulling away if the mediums are now working better than the softs. This could be an indicator because remember Harin got past Vintage Grease previously. And now Vintage Grease is back there at the back of Harin, who is on the soft tires, Vintage on the mediums. So yeah, might the mediums start working better than the softs? Yes, possibly in the next laps we will see a major difference. Literally Siggins coming for the hard tires. Well, of course he started this race on the medium, so I guess... No, literally Siggins started the race on the softs. Why did he change into the hard tires? I don't understand, but anyway. Not sure if he got any damage or something, I can't say for sure. Once again, battling here for second place of the race. This time Ben's got a good run on the Williams of Famrod, but not gonna have the enough gap to go for a move into the corner. Now I think the gap is being reduced once again, normalized once again, and this has only helped Luke win a whole second on Juventino. It's now from 4.5, it's now 5.5. So this guy is losing time against Luke for fighting against each other. Here comes Ben, trying once again to get past Famrod, but it doesn't work at all. Still the mediums not working better than the softs. Ben goes a bit wide there. Or might, well now it's Orange lost DRS with It My Dog, is going to be under pressure by Vintage Grease. So yeah, actually the mediums are starting to show a bit of better pace than the softs, not totally yet. And here comes Vintage Grease on the back of Orange, should try and get past into the next straight. Orange picked a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. On board now with Vintage Grease, who's trying to get past Harin. He's gonna get him into the next corner. No, he has to back up there. Luke leads 5 seconds ahead of Juventino. Well, 5 seconds, it was 5.5. So yeah, the mediums seem to start working better now, showing even better improvement. Let's see if he can shorten up even more that gap. You can see Ben has also lost the DRS train with the two medium runners. 4.9 is the gap now, 5 now. So he's going on there, but Luke also has been saving some of his ERS. Has more ERS than Juventino. He's now deploying a bit in the straight, I think. Juventino has no ERS and has been put under pressure by Famrod once again. Vintage Grease now this time getting past Auburn into the end of the second DRS straight. So we're gonna start seeing now the soft runners come into the pit lane to make their first and only stop on this race in the next couple of laps. I would say around lap 11 to lap 15 maximum. I don't think they'll stay out more. Oh, and something happened to Famrod here. Famrod's lost the train with Juventino's now dropped the place to Ben, so might have been a mistake or an incident with Juventino, I'm not sure. But this leaves Juventino with no worries at the back of him to go and try catch, reduce the gap with PAFR Luke. Trying to make that gap again into the 4.5, which is really close to doing. Luke though saved a bit of his CRS, so he's now trying to deploy a bit of it to manage and stay the gap with Juventino. It's now grown again into 4.9. But here comes Juventino into the corner section. He should win a bit of time now, but I think he's made a bit of a mistake there. He has gone too deep, he's gone too deep in the corner. I think he's gonna lose time here. Yes, it's a 5.3 now. Mistake there by Juventino. So the gap is going back into the 5.5, and not exactly there, but into the 5s once again. Luke still has some pace to respond against Juventino's now better tires. Which strategy was the better, we'll find out in a couple of laps. To be honest, there's not really much happening on the race right now. Have the battle for third place between Ben, Famrod, Eat My Dust. It's two McLarens versus Famrod's. Long time I don't say this, but it's a McLaren sandwich there. In P3 and P5, sandwiching Famrod. So yeah, the famous McLaren sandwich I said like a year ago. There you go, there you have it again. Ben and Eat My Dust this time. Sandwiching Famrod, who's gonna try and get past Ben now on the medium tires against the old soft tires. The old mediums should be working a bit better now. And there he goes, Famrod takes P3 of the race, and he lets his teammate Eat My Dust by. Ben lets Eat My Dust by to try and challenge Famrod, and there is a yellow flag in sector. Oh, that's Ben. That's Ben who spun. Might have made a mistake while letting by Eat My Dust. I'm not sure what happened there. And meanwhile, Luke, look at that, pulled away 1 second ahead of Juventino. Not sure if he did a great lap there or if it was a mistake by Juventino's part. But in any way, the gap has grown into 6.4 seconds. So there's not much really happening at this moment of the race. Eat My Dust has been led by his teammate now. Oh, and Hope is out of the race. Hope is out of the race. Safety car, and yeah, that is gonna change the race completely. PFR Luke had a comfortable advantage on the lead, and he's quickly coming to the pit lane for a new set of medium tires. Now the question is, are everyone else gonna place softs for 14 laps? I think they will last, but I don't know how good they will be at the end of the race. Of course, they have the safety car to deal with the tire wear, but let's see the strategies of these drivers. Yeah, Juventino is going for softs, Eat My Dust is going for softs, Vintage is going for softs, Famrod's also going for softs. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going for the hards here. So, wonder if this has just complicated completely Luke's race. He's the only one on the medium tires. He's shown to have really good pace, but can he hold those guys till the end, or at least can he maybe lose a place at the start of the restart, and then when the tires go degrading, get past them once again in the final laps of the race. Well, and now I'm gonna take a little break for while the safety car lasts. I think I've already seen all I have to see from the strategies. There you see that almost everyone has made, I think everyone already has made their mandatory pit stops, so I'm gonna take a little break till the safety car gets released. And safety car is going out on this lap. We're gonna have 12 more laps of racing, 12 laps for the mediums of PFR Luke, and 12 more laps for the softs of the next 5 drivers. So now Luke will need to get a really good restart. We're gonna go now with him. It's already started pulling away before the finish line. A couple of corners before, it's got a 7/10 gap ahead of Juventino already, but of course Juventino will shorten up that in the next moments. You can see the sun is shining in the sky, So yeah, any chance of rain might be already gone. Oh, and Farm Road has to go off the road there, and that's gonna let Eat My Dust, who takes place into P3. Have Vintage Grease then we have Elge, then we have Arin on the mediums, Echo who is on the soft set of tires. Luke leads, then comes Juventino on the soft tires, but hasn't been able to close up that much yet. And the two leaders have already opened a 1.3 second gap to Eat My Dust. Eat My Dust doesn't seem to be shortening up that gap. From there also battling alone with Eat My Dust, and we have the same with Vintage Grease and Elge. But Arin is a bit closer, he's still on the DRS range, though 9 tenths behind. I think he's gonna lose the DRS now, yes he does. 1 second behind, and DRS will just be able on next lap. So I have to say, really good pace by PAFR Luke there. Even on the medium tires, he's managed to hold a good gap with himself and Juventino. I think Luke is going to be still the favorite to win this race, because I think he'll manage to stick into Juventino's DRS with the medium set of tires, and when the tires work better at the end, he'll go back for the lead of the race. DRS enabled now. Juventino just by 1/10 is gonna hold into the DRS. Both Luke and Juventino have been pushing really hard. They have no more ERS. Eat My Dust as well has been pushing really hard, has no ERS as well. And Farm Road, he has 60% ERS, doing better ERS management than his rivals by this point of the race. And yeah, I think Juventino might not even get past Luke on this race, which would be, I think, decisive for Luke taking the win. There's a yellow flag there, that's literally Siggins, who, well, had a good sprint race. Then on the main race, down into P16, really far behind. And look at that, PFR Luke has taken Juventino out of DRS already. He's gonna have maybe his final DRS, try and close that gap once again, but it's, yeah, just by a minimal margin makes it into DRS again. But you have to remember that the next DRS zone is still some corners ahead in the next lap yet. 1.0 is the gap, 9 tenths now, so Juventino fighting as hard as he can to not lose that DRS against PFR Luke. PFR Luke still only 9 tenths, 1 second now, 9 tenths again. Is he gonna get DRS? Yes, he will. Finally, Juventino managed to retake the DRS, but how long can he keep doing this? Elge here on a battle with Vintage Grease is gonna go down the inside and is gonna take the place. But no, they're gonna go side by side, and Vintage Grease managed to hold into his 5th place of the race. It's not over yet. Elge trying to go all the way by the outside. Now he's gonna go into the inside for the next corner. He's gonna send the dive. No, backs off of it. Here comes Elge once again into turn 1. This time he's gonna get the move done on Vintage Grease. Echo picks now a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Juventino is sticking into PFR Luke's DRS, but, well, you know, Luke's tires are gonna be working much better than Juventino's at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, there's really not much happening on the race now. There hasn't been much happening in the race in the last laps as well. We only have this battle from Juventino and Luke, which is not really a battle at this point. Juventino just trying to do everything to stick into Luke's DRS, but with no overtaking chances yet. Wonder if he will get one. Maybe yes, maybe not. Got a bit closer there, but not enough to send the dive on PFR Luke. Then we got everyone else who's built more than a second gap. We only have the battle then between Elge and Vintage Grease. Vintage Grease has better rear end, so I'm gonna do a quick look to the midfield. Have a move here between Kilmore and Paulo Frost. Kilmore on the soft and fresher tires takes the place on Paulo Frost, but here comes Juventino once again, but not close enough. It's again the DRS zone for Juventino, who is again not enough close to PFR Luke to try and attack. Now I think cuts a bit the corner there. Vintage Grease battling against Elge. Elge has no ERS while Vintage Grease has 35% of ERS. Then Arin battling against Echo. Arin also on the mediums, managing to hold on Echo there behind him. Ben Womax did a really good fight back race, but well, skip there. P19 to P10, I think not bad at all, but Still P10 not the place you want to finish a race, no matter where you start. Juventino once again for the 1000th time is on the DRS, but it's not enough close to try and attack on PFR. Look, Vintage is now attacking Edge, get passing. It's gonna be ahead into the end of the second DRS straight. Vintage P5, Edge P6. Bang now also having an attack here on Echo's gonna try and go all the way by the outside. Can he get the move done cleanly? No, Echo will hold him for this lap, but I think Ben will get past in the next one, but he's made a bit of a mistake there in the exit of the corner. But now, yeah, it should be enough for Ben to get past Echo. At least I think that. Edge once again gets past Vintage Grease. Here you can see it on the screen, you already saw it. And there you're seeing Ben getting past Echo as well on the medium tires. So we have 5 more laps to go on this race. To be honest, I'm getting a bit sleepy now because there's nothing really happening on this race. It's been kind of a boring race, sorry, but that's my honest opinion. I think of all the races, last races in PAFR, this must be the most boring one. There's nothing really happening on the race. Oh, but actually Juventino's got a bit close to PFR. Look, no, that wasn't the end of the DRS straight. So yeah, it's not getting close enough. Luke 6 tenths ahead already, 7 tenths ahead already. And Echo now has lagged out from the session. Well, that definitely was something unfortunate that happened. I wonder if he'll be able to join back. Still, there's only 4 more laps of this race. Luke leads, then comes Juventino, then it might does. Seems that's gonna be the podium for today. Doesn't look like it's gonna be a change there. But now we've got this battle. Edge has managed to close into Famrod. Both Spanish drivers are gonna battle now for P4 of this race. So Edge, Famrod has the better ERS management. Edge though, is gonna have the DRS. He's getting a good run into the main straights. Gonna try and get past his teammate by the outside. We have 3 more laps to go on this Russian Grand Prix. And Echoes has rejoined the lobby, but it's too late now. Here comes Elch trying to attack Famrod. Wants that P4 of the race for him. Famrod's going all the way by the outside. Elch trying to look for a gap there, but with only two more laps to go, might be the better option to wait for the final lap to try and go for a move here. So I don't think he'll be overtaken by, or maybe be overtaken by Vintage Grease again. Yeah, Vintage Grease getting close into Elch, but Elch will have Famrod's slipstream and DRS to defend from this one. But anyway, here comes Vintage Grease by the inside. He's gonna take the place on Elch. Elch gonna try and break the latest, but yeah, Vintage Grease gets past him. This is what complicates Elch now. If Orange manages to stay ahead of him, he's not gonna have any more chances to attack Famrod. Anyway, they are teammates, so I know that, but... Oh, and there's a crash between Elch and Arin. Elch is in the wall, Arin in the wall as well. No need that ended that way. Well, that was a really unlucky crash by both drivers there, trying to go side by side, and didn't end well. Down into P10 and P11, possibly have wing damage, so I think it's gonna be goodbye points for the two of them. Well, at least Elch has big wing damage. Arin, I'm not totally sure he does have. Yeah, he does have wing damage. He's gonna lose points today due to that. Here comes Indie Gamer, has to make up 3 seconds in less than 2 laps. Oh, there Ben is also in the wall. Something's happened to Ben there as well. Ben with no wing. Serious Layer is gonna go past. Arin also with no wing. What's happening on these last stages of the race? Final lap of the race, it's gonna be the final time. Juventino will have an attack, a chance to try and get past Luke. There goes Vintage Grease, get past Famrod. Famrod pick up a penalty there. Arin stays out to try and defend try and get points on this race. I think he might pick at least one. Elch retired from the race. There goes Indie Gamer all the way by the outside, picks up the place. Now it's not going to be possible, I think, for Arin to keep points on this race, because Paulo Frost is coming as well. Oh, and Indie Gamers crashed out. Indie Gamers crashed out there. What is happening on this final lap, 2 laps of the race? A lot of people going crash. And now Eat My Dust as well makes a mistake and is down into P5. What is this? Luke has managed to hold the place with Juventino, and well, for a really boring race, 2 laps turned to be a complete craziness. And here comes Luke to pick a really good win in Russia. He's the driver with more wins on this season and picks another one today at Sochi. Luke wins the Russian Grand Prix. Juventino not far behind at all. Takes P2 of the race. Vintage Grease surprisingly will take a podium after Eat My Dust mistake or whatever happened there. Vintage takes 3rd. Famrod takes P4. Happy Gilmore will take P5. Womax will take P6. Serious Layer takes P7. Eat My Dust finally from a podium comes to P7. Finally, Serious Layer takes P8 due to penalties. Paulo Frost will take P10 of the race, because Arin takes P9 due to penalties as well. Echo will be on P11. I don't think, yeah, he's not winning a place. Ben will finish on P12. And Wilmer Higgins will finish on P3rd. No, Echo finishes now on P12. Ben on P11. And Little Higgins will come and finish this race on P13. The only driver we're waiting for. But well, boring race, almost all of it, and the final 2 laps, complete craziness. And that's the end of the Russian Grand Prix. PFR Luke wins the race. Juventino takes second place, only 5 tenths behind Luke. And then Vintage Grease, surprisingly at the final lap, takes that P3 and completes the podium. So we'll see if we get interviews or not today. I'm gonna talk with the top 3 as always. Hello? Okay, so we are all here in the party chat. We are ready to start the Russian Grand Prix post-race interviews. We have the top 3 here with us. PFR Luke, Juventino, and Vintage Grease. So I'm gonna start with the race winner, PFR Luke. First of all, congratulations for that great win of today's race, but more about talking from the main race. I have to talk about that great sprint race you did. I mean, I don't know what was going through your mind through all those 5 laps. Starting P17, in 1 lap, if I'm not wrong, you made up around 10 places. Then, in the rest of the race, you managed to take P3 just behind the 2 leaders. So, can you talk us about that sprint, because that was just crazy.
Yeah, it was really fun actually. That was probably the most funnest race out of the 2 of them. Yeah, I don't know. There was something really fun about starting from the back. I thought I was going to get P1 for a second there, but just catch the 2 guys in front. But yeah, that was really fun.
Well, next is gonna be about the race strategy. Of course, this time you had free tire choice, not as usually that normally you qualify on the soft tires to make it into the top 10 and get a good position on the grid. You could pick the tires you wanted to start on, and you picked for the soft tires. But knowing that you are, of course, the fastest driver, or well, we'll say it, one of the fastest drivers in this division, I think you could have gone on the mediums and still have good pace as you demonstrated in the final stint of the race after the safety car came out. So can you tell us what was the reason of starting on the soft tires?
I really just wanted to get a break at the start and break that DRS zone, and then I think I'd done that, and then what brought me sort of half undone at the end there was the safety car. But other than that, I think my plan worked. But yeah, I just wanted to get that gap at the start, so I could just cruise along, save a bit of fuel as well.
Next question is gonna be about the race pace, because I remember when you were on the soft stint, like at the end stages of the stint, the gap was around from lap 5 to lap 10 till the safety car came out. You were keeping the same gap with Juventino. It was 4.5 around that gap. Then it started growing for the final laps, but maybe were you struggling on the softs, because I was expecting you to pull away the gap even more because you were of course on the faster tires, where maybe the soft degrading too fast for you, because then on the final stint when it was the other way he couldn't get past you. So was there any explanation for that? Because I also saw you didn't have ERS, then you saved a bit of the ERS. So how could you tell us about how both compounds work for you?
On the softs, at the end of that stint, I realised I'd put in a little bit, not enough fuel, so I was actually conserving and just trying to maintain that gap. So I was conserving for the last 5 or 6 laps on the soft, so I could go hard at the end, and then the safety car I didn't have to conserve anyway. So and on the mediums, yeah, I don't think there's actually too much between the mediums and the softs after about 3 laps. Pretty much the same. They felt the same grip.
And I think my final question is going to be this one. So the safety car came out when you had around a 6.3 second gap. You knew that the drivers behind you were on medium tires, so with the safety car you were going to have to be on mediums, and everyone else behind you was going to have to be on soft. So did that worry you for a moment, maybe before the restart, or do you think everything was in control for you?
It did worry me when I seen that everyone behind me had the softs on, so that's why I went on the restart early and tried to catch them off guard, which I think I managed to do, and just get that little gap, because I knew after about 2 laps that the softs and the mediums would be around the same pace. So as long as I could keep that gap for about 2 laps, I was okay, and then I just couldn't break that DRS from Juventino. So anyway.
Well, I think that's all my questions for this race. So thank you for your time, Luke, and once again, congratulations for another win on this division. Now
Thanks,
I'm gonna...
David.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna go with the man in second place. Another podium for Juventino. So last time I gave you interviews was in the Hungarian Grand Prix, which you took also second place, but finally end up winning after the steward decisions. So today, I'm glad to have you once again here in the just next interview to that. As you know, I missed the Belgian Grand Prix. So congratulations for another solid race. If I'm not wrong, starting on P4 on the medium set of tires. I think you got a good start. I didn't notice you too much in the sprint, to be honest. I think you were keeping a solid position all the time. But what I'm gonna ask first is, did something happen into turn 1? Because I had in the stream, I saw like a red front wing or some red part of a car fly in a way. So I thought maybe you or Siggins got some damage, but then you both continued normally. So did anything happen into turn 1?
Turn 1, no, not for me. In turn 1, everything clean, and I had not damage.
Okay, then
Probably another driver then. Another driver, I think.
Okay, then next question is about, I think you were having a fight with, was it the Alpine of Happy Kilmore? You were fighting all the first stint. Who was it? I can't remember really well.
I started fourth, then I was third after like one or the first turn, I think. And then Luke was going away, and I was battling a little bit with the second player.
Oh, I think it was Famrod. I think it was Famrod.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, exactly him. And then after I could only pass him after a few laps, and Luke was already like four seconds away. After I tried to keep that gap, I win time, but it was not really possible. He was very fast. And then yeah, it was nice with the safety car. We had really a nice battle, and it was good pace, intense.
And now my question is gonna be about the safety car. So, what did you think when the safety car came out? Do you think it was good or bad for you? Because, well, you were gonna be on soft tires against Luke, who was gonna be on mediums. But by the other side, you had to make up 14 laps on those soft tires. So, tires would be.
Yeah, good question. Because normally I would go in later, so my softs would be better. But at the same time, my gap was reduced with Luke, so I had chances to probably make it, and I was happy also. More happy than, more happy I would say.
So now the question is gonna be, do you think you could have done something to defeat Luke today? Because maybe on those first laps you were trying to hold into his DRS, but, well, both of you were out of ERS as I was checking the telemetry, and you got close to him into the end of the straights, but you never got past him. You never were able to get into like side by side with him. So maybe were you using a more high downforce setup or more wings or something, or was it simply you had good straight line speed, or simply the track is not good enough for overtaking?
No, the problem was I had to do like I had to use a lot RS for staying in that 1 second gap. So I tried everything to stay in that, and then when I was in, I tried to keep a little bit RS, to save it, but it was not really possible. He was very fast, so I used it too much, and I tried to keep it for like the last two or really the last lap on the last straight on, but he was like 6-7 tenths away, so I could do nothing. I tried, but yeah, I did like my whole race with less RS, and that's probably something, yeah, I regret, but it was hard to stay. I did everything to stay in that 1 second gap, and probably later have my chances, but yeah, it was not possible.
Okay, so I think that's all my questions for you. So congratulations again on another solid race. Since Hungary, you've started improving a lot your results on the league. So congratulations for another podium, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So now I'm gonna go with Vintage Grease, the man who took third place just in the final lap of the race. So to be honest, I didn't follow too much your race. I did see some of your battles with Euch, Arin, with those guys, but I'm gonna start talking about that. You didn't have maybe the best position to start the race on the main race, but then you kept it consistent this time. I know I've said you've made some mistakes in the past races, but today was the opposite. You didn't have a really good position to start on the grid, but managed to keep it consistent and take the podium. So can you talk us about maybe those battles you had with Arin, with Euch, and those final stages of the race, and well, finally talk us through your race itself. How did you manage to, from not really good position on the grid, manage to get a podium?
Yeah, those last couple of laps with Aaron and Euch, and I think it might have been Fan Rodprix as well, were pretty intense. There was one point I think all four of us were within about 3 tenths of each other, but thankfully it just keeping on track paid off. I think Aaron and Euch had a bit of an incident behind me that took them out of the equation, and that made that last overtake a bit easier once Rodprix got a 3-second penalty. For the rest of my race, it was just about staying on track. As you're well aware, like this season, I've spent a lot of time, I guess, DNFing or in the pit lane. So for me today, it was just about staying on the track and keeping consistent, and it paid off in the end.
So, well, I don't have really too much questions more to ask, but I'm gonna ask the last one, and well, it's gonna be a bit of a weird one, but did you saw what happened to Eat My Dust on that final lap? Because all of a sudden he was spun. Did you saw him round or something when you took that third place?
He ran out of he ran out of fuel.
Oh, he ran out of fuel. Oh.
Yeah, so I got a notification from Jeff saying he's out of fuel, and all of a sudden I saw the timer start dropping, so I just thought, oh, here's my chance to take a podium. And it just kind of fell into my lap.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions for you, Vintage Grease, so thank you for your time and congratulations to get that podium today.
Thanks for your time.
Well, now I'm gonna go with the general question I always ask in all the interviews I give, and it's about next race. This question is for the three of you, answer in the order you want. So, next race, round 11, is gonna be at Japan at the Suzuka circuit, which, well, this circuit is hard to overtake. That's much more hard to overtake. You only have that first DRS straight, that it's not really the best place to overtake. You also have the good slipstream on that final straight with no DRS before the final chicane. So it's not an easy track to overtake, and not a really hard or impossible track to overtake, but not easy track to do so. So let me know, how are you thinking about next race? How are you think you're gonna perform there? Is it a track you like? Do you don't like it? What is your goal? What place you think you'll finish the race?
No, I haven't done many laps there, to be honest, but I will do beforehand.
Because yeah, you have not a lot of possibilities to overtake, and also a few difficult corners, I would say. And yeah, not one of my favorite tracks, definitely.
I definitely I think it's an awkward track for myself, and I think it's going to be a good challenge this week to see if I can get some decent pace on Japan and then keep it on track as well, particularly for the challenging corners.
Well, that's all for the interviews for today. So thank you all for your time, for giving us that good race today at Russia. Congratulations on the podium once again, and we'll meet back next weekend for the Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, thanks for the comments as well.
Thanks for the commentary.
You're
See you
welcome,
later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Well, so that's all for today. Thanks to all for watching the race. Thanks to the drivers as well for racing today in this Russian Grand Prix. The new format of qualifying sprint 5-lap race, which was really exciting as well. So as I said, we'll meet back next weekend for the Japanese Grand Prix. Goodbye.